Shane Hewitt in the night shift. Chris Abel is here. Tech geek, nerdy favorite.
Yes.
You know, you're truly a nerd, Chris, when I can call you a nerd and you just smile and you love it.
I don't know. It's been years. I've gotten over it. I mean, when I first appeared on television years ago, that was one of the questions that was asked at CTV. They said, they came up to me very careful and they said, which do you prefer? Can we say nerd or can we say geek? I said, please say geek. I'm better with that, but nerd's okay.
Oh, nerd's awesome today, man. Like, that is a compliment in today's world. So the world has changed around you, my smart friend. Let's dig into some of the tech and the various things that Chris does bring to this. I'm excited in a second to hear about the new Wii Mac Minis. I think that it's about time that they got smaller. But before we get there, AI and Apple, is that where you want to start?
Yes, I do, because it's necessary to clear up some confusion.
Yeah.
So Apple has been talking about and hyping this Apple Intelligence, their version of AI features coming to their products. And it launched this week. And it launched technically in the US, but kind of also in Canada. And that's what I want to clear up. Because a lot of people, the few people out there that have an iPhone 15 or an iPhone 16 may have downloaded the download. It gives you the software update. And now wondering, where is this Apple Intelligence? Because there's no evidence of it. Where is it? It's gone. So to clear up, what has happened is that the Apple Intelligence that has been rolled out is for US English only. Apple hasn't really done a very good job of letting people know that. So you can experience Apple Intelligence, but you have to go into the settings on your phone. You go to General, then you go to Apple Intelligence and Siri, and you have to change it to US English.
Oh.
Then and only then are the features going to start to appear on your phone. And even then, it's only the first 3. Apple's still waiting till December to put the really juicy Apple Intelligence features. Right now, it's just you can clean up a photograph. You can have your text kind of, read changed with grammar and stuff like that, which is kind of okay. But other phones have done that too. So though we've seen a lot of hype, but what we're getting is a little bit of confusion and stuff that's a little disappointing from what the expectations have been.
Does it mean we have to stop using the U in favorite and color?
It's weird because I've been using it and it's been changing all my writing and removing all the U's.
Yeah,
and I didn't think that was going to hit me as hard as it did. But as a Canadian, I'm like, ooh, I don't like that. So I don't like that. I have to go back and fix everything and put U's back into everything that I've written. Again, that'll be fixed in December is when we will finally get Canadian English. And as frustrating as it is for us, this is not rolled out in Europe at all. So people in Europe are sitting around shaking their fists at the air going, when are we going to get Apple Intelligence?
Mm-hmm. I was watching Ted Lasso earlier today because that's what I do. And it was the episode where Ted gets a letter from his psychologist and she writes him a letter because she doesn't want to say goodbye. And then he reads the letter and then he says to her just flippantly, you spelled favorite wrong. And then the scene goes on. So it just happened watching the show today. And it's one of the best the U's belong in the words moment. All of our American listeners, y'all are missing your U's. Anyway, so okay, that answers that question too. So are you excited about it though, the Apple AI, or is it just too much hype right now?
It's just too much hype. It's something that I'm excited for what Apple could do with it, but I'm not seeing anything that's anything remarkably different from what, say, Samsung or Google has shown me. In the past, Apple has always been the ones that have been 2 steps ahead of everybody else. And right now, that's not the case. So I'm still waiting for them to kind of be the Apple that I know from the past.
Yeah, stock prices also reflected that too. There's not a lot of people ordering the new phones. And the stock price has been kind of reflecting a whole lot of meh with this one. So usually a good indicator. Okay, moving on to these wee little iMacs and the and the Mac Minis, which is my personal favorite. I used to be an iMac user, and then they got smaller. I like the bigger ones, and the 5K screen was like $3,000. So I was like, no. And then I moved to the Mac Minis now with a Samsung 4K screen, 32-inch. That makes all the difference to me, but it's all powered by the Mac Mini. In fact, right now, you're listening to the show through a Mac Mini.
Yay!
It's true.
So this week they launched The new Mac Mini, also a new set of iMacs with an incredible array of colors. You've got new yellow and orange and purple and blue. Almost feels like the candy colors that we had from the iMacs several decades ago. The big news was today was the last of their hardware announcement was an all-new MacBook Pro. And what I like about it is they're promising a 24-hour battery life, that the MacBook Pro will be as powerful running off of just the battery as if you plugged it into the wall. That's kind of a new thing with Apple laptops. And then, of course, they're really touting that this is going to have Apple Intelligence. Same problems as I just discussed with the iPhone, though. It's going to come out more in December. What I thought was interesting was they promoted the idea that it would be good for students because students could use Apple Intelligence to record lessons in class, have Apple Intelligence just reduce it down to a quick little summary, and you can then email that or text it off to a fellow student who couldn't make it to class. I thought, that could be misused. Yeah.
No kidding. What an opportunity to cheat. I love it. I would like to flag one thing, though, is that on the back of the new iMacs, it looks like, and I don't think anybody's really started talking about it yet. Maybe I have it wrong. And if I do, I will apologize. There's another new connector for the power cable, and it's different.
Okay.
So here we go again.
Interesting. Yes.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. The Mac Mini is way smaller though. Like the M4 chip, the Apple Silicon chips are great. This is how they're getting everybody now. You got to get the new chip, and the computers year over year over year.
Cool.
I love it. Okay. All right. So this is Chris Abel, and we go through the tech every single week when we're here. And on the list, what do we got next? I lost it. Oh, 3D printers on the list here. How about making your own candy?
Right. So just to let you know, I have a history with chocolate technology. Amazingly, claimed the fame back in 2006, I introduced to Canada chocolate photographs. I had discovered there was a company that was selling printers that could actually print photographs in chocolate.
Wow.
I met with them. They took my photo. They printed off some chocolates. I came back to Toronto. I showed them on Canada Am, got Seamus and Bev to eat my face in chocolate, which was a lot of fun. And then a couple of months later, a man came up to me on the street, very exciting, and said, I just want to thank you. He said, I'm a businessman. I own stores across Canada. I watched you on Canada Am. I called that company, and I've been printing photographs and selling them in my stores ever since.
Amazing.
So it's kind of cool to realize that the work that I did had that kind of an impact. And so I'm happy today, many years later, I think it's almost 18 years later, to tell you that there's a company called CocoPress.com that is selling the first retail industrial 3D printer for chocolate.
Wow.
So it can actually print objects in chocolate, both white chocolate, black chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate. And
I can tell you this, Chris, is that the cool part is we could actually now print ourselves a real three-dimensional Chris Abel in chocolate. We just don't need your picture anymore. This is cool stuff. Thanks for popping in, brother. I appreciate you as always.
Problem. You got it.
Next week, same time, Chris will be back with more tech things for you. And feel free to check out those new Apple computers and let us know what you think.